Hey guys, I am getting started on my Victoria Moon, and I wanted to share with you a tip that my buddy Jill shared with me. So what she does when she has big paintings like this, which is pretty much all she does is the big ones, is she uses an X-Acto knife to cut through the paper to make sections. So I wanted to show you that process in case you hadn't thought of it before. So what I'm doing is I decided I would do 4x6 because that's a nice easy section to work on at a time. So I took my ruler and I marked 4 inches across all the way down my canvas. And now what I'm gonna do is make my cut. So I'm just going to line up my marks here, and then you just want to lightly cut. You don't want to cut through the canvas, you just want to cut through the paper. So you want to make sure you have a nice sharp blade and just lightly cut. So then, as you can see, let's see if it worked. Ta-da! So you have nice sections that you can work on. So I'm just going to work down the canvas here and do my initial 4-inch marks. Just lining them up so they're, I mean, it doesn't really have to be straight, but you know, my OCD. You know how that works. Whoops. I just moved it. Let's see if I messed up here. Let's see. There we go. All right, so we'll go on to the next section. Lining up my little marks here, which I know you can't see, but they are there, I promise. So I'm just using light pressure because I don't want to cut through the canvas. I'm just cutting through the paper. All right. So the next step that I will do, I'll go the other direction at 6 inches, and then I will have nice little sections. All right, so I thought I would show you what I mean by going down the other direction. So I went this way at 4 inches. So now I'm going to mark every 6 inches down the length of the canvas this direction. So you just line up your ruler this way, and we do 6, 12, and 18. And then I just move the ruler over a little bit, just making sure my marks are visible, and then do it again. So 6, 12, and 18. And again, 6, 12, and 18. So then I will do the ruler this direction, line up my marks, and I'm using the edge of the paper to kind of make sure my ruler is straight. So I'm, you know, lining up the edge of the paper with the ruler. All right. All right, so as you can see, we have beautiful perfect sections that I can now work on without being overwhelmed at the size of a 70 by 50 canvas. So I'm going to keep cutting my pieces and I'll be back. Alright, so I have everything sectioned off, and since they come in amazingly adorable little bags, completely marked, I don't have to do any kitting before I get started. I can just start going in and get started. So the first symbol I think I'm going to do, it looks like a little sun. It's so cute. Let's see, so number 28. Look at all this blue. So beautiful. So many drills. What was I thinking? It's such a big painting. Alright, so number 28. Looks like a little sunshine. And these are square, if you don't remember, which we all know I'm not very familiar with, but I am excited to get more familiarized with because they do show a lot more detail. All right. So let me grab, oop, I need to fix the wax in this pen. It's all yucky. All right, oh, I just lost the little, what did I do with it? Ay, ay, ay. Okay, here we go. So, should we take bets on how long this takes me? Although it does, I did realize that when I was doing my my hedgehog, that once I sectioned off the canvas like this, it did seem to go a lot faster, because my normal MO is pick one color and get it all done. And when you're doing a canvas like this, it's very overwhelming to do it like that. So I was really excited when Jill shared this tip with me on how she sections off her paintings, because she only does big paintings. So she is definitely a professional when it comes to the big ones and when it comes to squares. So I'm hoping that this little trick will help me get this painting done a lot faster. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check in periodically with y'all while I'm working on this, and we'll put it all together so you can see it all at once. So I'm gonna leave you here for now and keep working, and I will see you again very soon. Alright, so as you can see, I have 2 sections complete, working on the 3rd. So it is going really well, and I'm really happy with it. Oh, what is that? It's a weird, oh, looks like just a piece of room lint or fuzz or something. Anyway, it's going really well, and the drills are really nice. I'm very, very happy with it, and I cannot wait to see when she is done. So, shall we work on some of this together? let's see, which one? I can never remember which knob on the tripod lowers without making y'all seasick. Dun, 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 dun. Not too bad, right? Just a little bouncy. All right. You can see where I'm working. The neck of it is not all that flexible. All right, I think that looks good. So I picked up this adorable little container at Dollar Tree yesterday. Now, of course, the lid will not be on it, but as you can see, as I'm working, I have all of my colors laid out, but if I have to put them away, then I have this little container here that I can easily stand them up in, like so. And the little ones, so they'll just kind of stack like this. So the cats can't scatter them everywhere. But in the meantime, I'm gonna leave them laying out. But isn't that the cutest? I love it. For $1, you pay like $6 for these if you go to the Container Store or even Walmart probably. They're not, definitely not $1 at Walmart. So let's see, which one shall we start with? I decided I was going to do one section a day, and then yesterday I was chatting with my buddy Jill, and we were on the phone for a really long time. So I finished up this section, and then I went ahead and started this one, so you can see I got a little bit there. But what better thing to do while you're talking on the phone than diamond paint? You can hang out with your friend and diamond paint at the same time. I mean, that is like almost as good as being in the same room together hanging out. So I enjoyed it thoroughly. It was great. Kind of hard to hang out with someone when they're multiple states away. So this whole video chat thing is pretty cool. I'm pretty new to it. I honestly have been avoiding it for a really long time because, I don't know, it just makes me kind of like nervous for people to see my face, which is really dumb because I put my face on the video. I don't know. It's just one of those weird things. Something new, you know, you're kind of leery at first to try new things. That's how I felt about the video chatting, but it's really, really cool. So I need, plus you can like actually talk about things and like show, like I rearranged my bedroom and I could show her what I was talking about. I didn't just have to just describe it. And all this talking, I forgot which symbol I was doing.
Hey, Mom.
What are you doing, Em?
Talking to Allie.
Yeah? Ooh, that was a big yawn. What do you want?
I don't know.
Did you notice my new pen? How cool is that, right? So Jill is addicted to these pens, and she's been telling me about them. So she sent me one, and I gotta tell you, it is beautiful. So I will get the link for the shop where she gets these. So if you want to get your own, you can. So it's got the dual end, and it is really comfortable because it's got the little dent here and here. So you can hold it either direction, and it's really nice. I like it a lot. So, don't really have anything to talk about today. I love the multi-places. So awesome. Especially nice with the squares because they're all in the straight line. You get them all somewhat even. Yeah, so it just makes it a lot easier. I don't know why I had such an, I don't know, aversion, I guess you could say, to squares. Maybe it's because they take a little bit longer just to line everything up. But they're really not that bad. And I have quite a few square sets now. Several of them came as a surprise. I didn't realize they were square drills. So, get off my finger. Static. Yeesh. So at the time I bought them, I probably wouldn't have bought them if I'd realized they were squares. But now I'm getting to the point where it's like, yeah, it's okay. Not a big deal. Just takes a little bit longer than normal.
I'm making scar wax.
So have you all tried the these thin placers? They are not quite as fat as the others, but the downside, I don't know if you can tell, they actually like get little grooves in the edges from the drills. And you can see this 3-placer I've been using forever, and there's like no nicks in the edges at all, but you can also tell it's a different type of plastic. So that could be why these wear down quicker. It's just a thinner plastic. But these definitely work a lot better with the squares, because you don't have those spaces between the drills like you do with the rounds. And I have definitely noticed, because at first I was like, oh yeah, what's, how can it be any different? But it is a lot different. And it definitely makes a big difference when you're placing, multiple drills, especially like here when you go into the space, when you've got just the one row of drills left to put in. They definitely go in a whole lot easier. So it's interesting. I guess thinner plastic makes sense that it would eat up, the plastic, the resin is stronger than the plastic, so it's going to deteriorate it a little bit quicker. This, I still like these the best, these more acrylic ones, because they are definitely more sturdy. The downside to this adhesive is it definitely does not allow you to slide your drills. So if you get them crooked, you gotta really work at it to get them in the right place. But also, I've noticed with these drills, they seem to be a little bit smaller, because you don't get that like clicking when you're putting, drills side by side. And there is some space between them, but you only notice that space when the light pad is under it. Because you can probably, well, you can't really tell. You can see it looks really good. Hello. I have been forgetting to share with you my progress. So we have half of this row done. We have 2 rows done up here. Let me see. Let's see. There she is. There we have that much done. And I have my lovely little trays that I am keeping my bags in, just to kind of keep them a little bit organized. I got these at Dollar Tree. I got lucky and found them at my local store. So I'm just starting, and this right here is the little cat that's sitting on the moon with her. So I'm being good. I'm sticking to my guns about working one section at a time, and it definitely goes quicker. It takes me about an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on the confetti. Like this section up here, right here, this one went a lot quicker because there was a lot of one color. But this section here is going to take me probably the full 2 hours. This definitely took me about 2 hours. But I'm trying to be good and do one section each day at least. So that means I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 more days, give or take, before this is done. So maybe quicker, because the bottom 3 sections that I have left are smaller because of the size of the canvas. I did 4 by 6. So as I got down to the bottom, it's more like 4 by 3, maybe. So those bottom sections will go quicker. So the reason I switched the canvas around was after I got these 2 sections done up here, I realized I was like, rubbing on the drills a lot, and I was noticing some of them popping up more. So I decided that I would flip the canvas around and work on it like this. So when I get to this very center section, it's going to be interesting. But so far, this is working well, and I just noticed the drill popping up back here. So we will work on this a little bit, and we'll see how it turns out. I forgot to mention, Jill had given me a tip that when she gets paintings that do not have the inventory sheets that come with them, she photocopies the actual key from the canvas. So that's what I did. If you've noticed me pulling this back and forth, I just laid the canvas on my printer and photocopied the key, and then I just kind of folded it to make it, you know, easier to look at. So that way, while I'm way over here, I'm not constantly, you know, stretching and looking to see what the key is for the drills. So that is a fabulous tip that Jill gave me. So I just wanted to make sure you all knew about that and share it with you. And I will be back soon to show you more. Hello, I'm down to the center section of my blue fairy. So I just was checking in and letting y'all see where I am. I actually almost forgot to continue recording. I was like, oh yeah, I'm almost done. I was like, oh crud, I haven't done a segment. I'm such a scatterbrain sometimes. It's crazy. But anyway, it is a rainy day here in sunny Florida. So it's kind of a lazy day. Emily's at a Girl Scout thing. This is when it's a good thing that I'm just like helper mom, because I don't have to always be there, but it feels really weird knowing that she's at a Girl Scout thing and I'm not there too. It's really strange, but it's kind of nice because it's really quiet in the house, like super quiet, almost too quiet. But I've been listening to television shows while I'm working on this, and yeah, so it's kind of exciting that I'm this close to getting done with her. And I really love the segmented, you know, pre-cut strips, because it really helps me stay focused on, you know, like a specific area, and this way I'm not, you know, going all over the painting looking for this symbol and that symbol and missing the symbols and going back and forth and all that fun jazz. Because it really, I think that takes a lot of the time, looking around for that, you know, specific symbol. So if you only have this little section that you're working on, it's easy to see where this, when you have completed that section, you can see, you know, a lot easier than when you're looking at a huge canvas. It's funny though, because even on the small sections, I'll still miss a symbol. I'll be like, oh crud, how did I not see that? That annoys me. But I think that's just my brain. I think your brain gets tired of looking for like that specific symbol, so it's like, nope, not seeing it anymore. Lies to you. Lies, all lies. And as you can see, I'm using a variety of pens. I actually covered a couple of the pink ones with some polymer clay, and I need to make them a little bit thicker. They're pretty comfortable, but I need to make them just a little bit thicker, just for, you know, a little bit more comfort. But I have to tell you, this hand-turned pen is definitely the most comfortable. And I am very sleepy today, so I'm kind of quiet. I don't really have a whole lot to say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed this up. Let you watch me work for a little while. There's also a cat in the background whining. I don't know what she's doing. She's usually playing when she makes that noise. I don't know if you can hear her or not. She's so funny. She'll find a toy or something and she'll be like, meow, meow, meow. It's hilarious. I have moved on to the final center strip. Sorry, that was the tripod again. It just like spazzes. Anyway, so I only have the center strip. I finished the one. So I have repositioned the canvas to a more condensed hello brain, speak please. Anyway, as you can see, I repositioned things. So I rolled the canvas to fit in a smaller space, and my little thingies are coming off there. But this way I'm not reaching over all of this section or all of this section to get to this section. I only have this little bit. So as you can see, I'm using my little keepers that Jill sent me. They're so cute. I really want to find some of these magnets and make my own, because I have got a bunch of really cool, look at these. I can make peacock ones. Look how, hello. Look how cute. Wouldn't that be an awesome cover keeper? I like it. I got those. I have M&Ms. All the colors of M&Ms. I have beautiful cameos. Look at that. Look at that. So I get, whoops. Stars just went flying. Oh, what is that? Oh no. I have a mermaid's head that is now buried in my roses. I mean, look at that. Look how pretty. See, these would be awesome cover keepers. Where is... She's running away from me. This is terrible. This is terrible. It's a tragedy. Look. My mermaid got decapitated. Oh. Poor mermaid. Here's what she's supposed to look like. She'd be a cute cover keeper too, unless... she must be a little bit fragile there. But anyway, I digress. So I want to get some of those magnets and use some of these pieces that I have been hoarding for a millennia, and make some actual use of it, because I never realized how convenient these little guys were until I started using them. Because when I saw people talking about them, I was like, well, that's silly. You don't need something to hold your cover down. Well, hello, yeah, because I had to leave yesterday, and you can see how much I had left to do of this section, and the cover did not stay in place. So I needed my little magnet dude friends to keep it in place for me. So anyway, I really like them a lot. I have to keep them away from Emily. Whoops, from Emily, because she thinks they are a great toy. They really are kind of fun. Watch. You see that? Watch. Ta-da! It's magic. Anyway, there's my little story before I get down to business. But as you can see, it's kind of exciting. The thing that bothers me about this canvas that I have discovered is the little kitty cat has no face. There's no eyes and no nose on the face. So I am really having a hard time with that, and I am contemplating pulling out a couple of the stones and actually putting a face on the cat. I don't know yet. I'm still deciding. Alright, so for this section, I am down to just 2 colors. If I have not missed anything. Yeah. So, do y'all name your little symbols? Like, I have the tree, the open arrow. Let's see, what was the other one that I might give? Oh, I'm calling that one the bed. And then above it is the sun. I don't know. It just, I don't know. In my brain, that's just how my brain works. I need to call it something instead of just looking at it. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Is that normal? I'd like to know. Let me know, please, down in the comments. Oh, wait. YouTube won't let you. So flippin' annoying, I swear. It's the dumbest thing ever. And, you know, Emily had started a channel when she was much younger, and she kind of gave up on it pretty quick. But they have started taking her videos down, saying they're violating the guidelines, which really upsets her because she's not violating any guidelines. The one that they just took down, she was braiding her American doll girl, that doll. She was braiding that doll's hair. And they said she violated the YouTube's guidelines. I was like, what? So I went onto her channel. Everything is private, so she can't lose any more of her videos, because that really upset her. She's like, Mom, I didn't do anything wrong. Why did they delete my video? Ah. So of course, you know, we don't have a copy of that video. She did it on her phone and put it on, or on one of our phones, way back then. She didn't have her own. But, so yeah, so YouTube just deletes it. They don't give you a chance to dispute anything. Just like with turning off my comments. I don't get a chance to dispute it. I don't get an appeal. They told me that if I did, like, argue or fight it, that they could decide to shut my whole channel down. I'm like, really? Just because I don't agree with something that you did, you're going to just delete my whole channel? It's just ridiculous. A little over the top, if you ask me. But I am really enjoying this painting, and I am working feverishly to get it done, because by the time you are watching this, well, actually, I'm not sure when I'll get this up, but Emily and I are going to be heading north to visit family. My grandmother is turning 90 next month. Well, in November. You'll probably be watching this in November. So my grandmother is turning 90, and we are going up to see her. So amazing. She is such an awesome person. You would never guess her age by looking at her. You would easily think she was in her 70s, early 70s. She looks amazing. So I really hope that her genetics are in me. Although I do look younger than I am. No one ever believes me when I tell them that I'm 45. So they're like, oh, no, you're not. Well, yeah, I am. Why would I say I'm 45 if I'm not? No one wants to be older than they are, really. Come on, people. Think about it. Use your brain, right? This is what I don't like about this this adhesive, is you cannot, if you put a drill down wrong, it's not sliding. You cannot, like, push it. And I actually, when I got this pen, it had the regular metal tip on it. Well, one of these tips. It had a tip like this on it. And I was pushing and moving the drills around so much that the pen tip actually snapped down here from me, like, pushing so much on that plastic. I was like, what the heck? Are you kidding me? Ugh. So you definitely have to be more precise with this type of canvas when you're putting down your drills. And of course, with squares, you definitely have to be more precise with your placement. And I find that my wrist hurting more when I do squares, because I'm constantly, like, twisting my wrist around to line up the squares. But on a positive, They are beautiful. I still love them. They turn out so sparkly and gorgeous. And I'm really liking it. I can't wait to see. I purposely left the center for last because it has the most detail. So I kind of wanted to have like the unveiling. And of course you notice I'm going from the bottom up as a nut because her face is up here. So I'm saving the best part for last because I want that, you know, kind of like the wah reveal when it's done. So I'm really excited to get her finished, and I definitely want to get her done before we leave, because then I can work on this video, getting it edited and uploaded. That could be something I do while we're up there, because I don't see me being able to film anything. We're staying at my sister's house, and there'll be, let's see, my mom and my dad, my sister and brother-in-law, and then Emily. And they have a crazy dog named Bullet who likes to play. He's, I can't remember how old he is. Is he 7 or 10? I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know. My brain just completely stopped. So I cannot think how old Bullet is. But he still plays like a puppy. He's a Black Lab and Austrian Shepherd mix. So he likes to run and chase and herd. So he's a really cool dog. But anyway, the point I was making is it will be a crazy loud house because there's, you know, constant talking when you've got 6 people in one house, especially when you got my mother and my sister together. Oh, and me too. We all talk a lot. But anyway, especially when you don't see each other but once a year. So it's going to be a great visit, and I'm anticipating not having much time and plus this is way too big. I would never travel with this one. So I do have several paintings ready to take with me. When I showed you guys the pink and purple cases with the little clear vials, those are the paintings I'm going to take, because those containers, those kits are perfect for traveling. So I have the trays in there. I have my pins already set up with the grippers and everything, so I don't have to worry about packing these pins and losing them. So it will be different working with a different set of pins. Isn't that funny? You get so used to specific, especially when you are a crafter, you know exactly what I'm saying. You get so used to working with specific tools that when you change, I mean, even a pair of scissors. I have one pair of scissors that are like my scissors. And this one pair I had probably for 10 or 12 years. And the spring finally gave out because they look like pliers, the ones that move like this instead of like the normal scissors. But the spring broke one day, like in the middle of using it, and I almost cried. I'm like, oh, my scissors! I have to get new scissors. What am I gonna do? It's just crazy. But then I went to the store and I found new scissors, and they're pink and white, and they're so cute and girly. And when I came home with my scissors, I told Steve and Emily, I said, these are my crafting scissors. Do not touch them, because I will know, because they are pink. And you know what? That crazy husband, he uses the scissors to cut the hair out of the vacuum cleaner wheel. Horrifying. He's like, they're sharp. I can get into there where I need them. I'm like, ugh! killing my crafting scissors. I mean, it really doesn't hurt because it's just cutting hair and string, but still, it's just like the idea of it's like violating my crafting scissors. Oh, it's terrible. But as I was growing up, my mother sewed a lot. I put too many drills on here. Oh, no, I didn't. I thought I did. My mother sewed, so she had sewing scissors, and that was like sacred. You did not touch those scissors, and if you got caught using mom's sewing scissors, oh Lord, she would flip. That was when like the demon mom came out. So I only did that once. Never again did I use the sewing scissors. It's funny. And Emily knows that too. She's, because I have pinking shears and I have fabric scissors. And I taught her early. When you're cutting fabric, you use these. When you're cutting paper, you use these. Well, she's still not allowed to use my scissors for paper. She has her own, but I still make her use the kid scissors. But that kid's a pro with a glue gun, I tell you. I don't think I've ever seen a child be so good with a glue gun. I think she's only ended up with one serious blister in her little life. But I think it's important to teach kids to craft. There is something pretty amazing when you can sit down with a bunch of random stuff and make something beautiful out of it. That's what drew me to crafting to begin with. I mean, you can take a piece of paper and turn it into something really, really cool, and it's just awesome. So awesome. Or you can take a canvas and pieces of plastic and turn them into amazing, sparkly masterpieces. I'm so glad I found this craft. I'm sure I know my husband hates it because of all the money I've spent. But he definitely understands the need for me to have something to do. He understands my anxiety and all that stuff, and that's basically why I craft. And my ADD is why I have so many different crafts. My anxiety forces me to craft. My ADD forces me to have 10 million crafts. It's crazy. But, yeah, so thankfully he is supportive. He complains and gripes, but at the end of the day, he really doesn't care. Because if he did care, then I wouldn't be spending the money on it. He would put his foot down, I'm sure. But that is the main reason I mostly buy from eBay. Because if I can get 10 paintings for $40 instead of one for $40, then I really feel like I'm making the most out of the money. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some of these nice companies that I would love to have. I mean, they are gorgeous. But I just can't justify spending $40 or $50 or $60 on one painting. It just, I'm too frugal. But I do love looking at how they turn out. They're so beautiful. And I'm definitely grateful for these companies that think I make great videos and send me their products, like Victoria Moon. It's a huge compliment when a company is like, hey, you want to do a video for us? We really like your videos. I'm like, yes, that's so cool. Thank you. It's good to be appreciated, you know? Especially when you're just doing something to share your love, and, you know, that's pretty much all I got into this for. I never expected anything like this, so it's really exciting. Very, very exciting. And I'm very, very thankful for all of you who take time out of your life to watch me. It's just very, very cool. I mean, it's like, you know, it's just really cool. All right. So, I think I'm done rambling. I'm going to focus on this section so I can get it done today. So, let's see. Let's take a look. I'll turn off the light pad so you can see better. So, here we have bottom, so you can see how beautiful. So there's the side of her head. It's just really, really pretty. I am so happy with this. I really like it a lot. So I will be back soon. So we have 1, 2, 3. Ooh, 3 sections left. So I should definitely be able to get this, well, Lord willing, I'll get this done this week. All right, so let's get this back in position, and I will be back soon with another update. All right, so as you can see, we are getting closer. She almost has a face. So let's get these last, there's 3, looks like 3 more symbols to complete 4 more symbols, something like that. Anyway, there's not that much left. So I thought I would pop in and finish it with you. What do you think? So let's see, number 34. 34 is the U-turn, as I call it. Shika, 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 shika. Sometimes these drills drive me crazy because they won't turn and they just all fall down, and it's just like so annoying. I don't know what the deal is when they do that. It's sticking to my spatula. That is not nice. Is not what you're supposed to do. All right, so this has been a very, whoop, that didn't work right. I have really enjoyed this painting a lot, and I am very happy with all of it. The drills do have some shape inconsistencies that is only visible when you are viewing the painting with a light under it. So when it is framed and hanging on the wall and you are standing the appropriate distance away, it will be gorgeous and there will not be any visible issues. There have not been a lot of trash drills. Just a few that are like very obviously too small or too big, but not even in every color. So this is a good product, I feel, and I would gladly get more from them because they have done a good job with this. Not to mention the fact that I am super stoked to finally, after like what, a year and a half, finally have this beautiful image. Like I had said in the original unboxing video, that this was one I had seen when I first was introduced to diamond painting, and I fell in love with her, and I couldn't afford it because the only place I knew at the time that had it was Moon Shop. And you know, to get something from Rowana, which one of these days I will order from her just so I can say I did, but you know, it's pretty pricey. You've got, you know, the price of the canvas plus the shipping from the Philippines, and I love the fact that she offers, you know, like the really quick shipping. But anyway, back to the original purpose of this video. What I was saying was I could never afford her, so I just, you know, because you know she needs to be big, I found partials, and I found, you know, 30 by 40s that I don't even want to know what that canvas ends up looking like. So I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. So I finally have my beautiful blue moon fairy. And it's even better now that we have Mr. Bink's cat, because she has her little kitty way down here. Way down here. See him? Little black kitty. Hi, kitty. So, yeah. She's just so beautiful. I'm very excited. I wish the cat had more detail. He does not have a face. But I decided to just leave it as they coated it instead of, you know, putting in a couple of like yellow drills or green drills just to make eyes. Because again, it is from a distance. And there are lots of times when we look at Binks and you cannot see his eyes. So maybe this kitty just has his eyes closed. I don't know. When a cat is solid black, their facial features tend to kind of blur out, which is kind of strange, but whatever. Alright, so I think that's all of the U-turn. So now we'll do, I call it the knot. You ever watch the Beverly Hillbillies? Jethro, he always said knot for zero. And so it's a zero with a line going straight up and down, not the, but I call this the knot. Makes me think of Jethro. I love that show. It was hilarious. They just don't make TV shows like that anymore. I mean, the stuff nowadays is just, ugh. It's either murder, crime, or just plain out stupid sitcoms. It's just sad we don't have good writers like they did then. The Beverly Hillbillies and Green Acres, and let's see, what were the others? Petticoat Junction. Oh, I used to love those shows. Watch the reruns. Watch them over and over and over again. So much fun. They were just hilarious. And the actors were just awesome. The Dick Van Dyke Show. Bewitched. Loved all those shows. Let's see, what were some others that I watched? I never watched the Brady Bunch all that much. I didn't like it all that much. But I really loved Bewitched. Bewitched was one of my favorite. And the Beverly Hillbillies. Alright. This is so exciting to get her finished. She sat on my desk with that little bit that I showed you in the previous clip. She sat here for several days, and I was doing other stuff, and I was just like, oh, I want to get her done. I want to get her done. But I couldn't. Had to do other stuff. It's just so sad. And then Steve comes and he's like, oh, is that done finally? Because she's, just laying here in all her glory. And I'm like, no, look closely. He's like, oh, you missed a couple spots. I'm like, ugh, you think? You're so funny. He says, I'll finish it for you. I said, go right ahead. He started to laugh, and he says, I wouldn't even know where to start. So that's very simple. Just pick a color and go. That's all you got to do, right? You just pick a color and start sticking. There are a lot of drills left over, too. I can't wait to show you how much is left over. So many. And I love these bags so much. I love how they're labeled. I love that they're already in the Ziploc bags, so I don't have to do anything. And when I'm done with this painting, I'm going to cut off the key here, and I'm going to put all the bags together, put them away together. So if anything does happen and I lose a drill here or there before I can get her framed, which I'm hoping to get her framed pretty quickly. But anyway, I'll be able to fix any drills that happen to pop. But it's so cool how they always give you extras. And I haven't done anything with any extra squares. I haven't needed any of my extras, but I do have them from my custom. So that's the only square. Is it? I think that's the only square I've completed. This will be my second. I'm not even sure. Isn't that terrible? I don't even remember. Oh, it's terrible. I blame it on my damaged brain. I had epilepsy as a child, so I don't have very good
memory. And I think, well, I have no clue because I've never asked a neurologist, but I think my ADD comes from that. Because, you know, it's kind of like brain damage every time you have a seizure. So, I'm convinced that's why I have ADD and my memory issues. I just blame it on the seizures. Whether it's real or not, true or not, whatever. I just blame it on that because we don't know what caused them. We don't know what finally made them quit. But thank God they have, because that is not something I want to continue with as an adult. The last one I had, I was in my 20s. Early 20s, I think it was. And thank God I haven't had one since. But it was actually pretty remarkable because I was actually in the hospital visiting someone when I had my last seizure. So of course they put me in a bed. We were in the emergency room visiting someone. So of course I got to go get my own bed. They were trying to admit me and I was like, no, I'm fine, really. Just, I know what this is. I know, you know, it's not a big deal. They're like, oh, we need to send you for CAT scans and EEGs. I'm like, no, you don't, because I have a regular neurologist that I get one every 6 months. That was pretty funny. They were like, oh, why aren't you, are you okay? Are you sure you're okay? I'm like, yes, I'm fine. It's just a seizure. I'm used to it. Pretty funny. It is very disturbing, though, for people that have to witness them. I'm sure. I can only say from, you know, what my parents told me. Because, of course, I had no idea what it looks like, what it feels like. Okay. Oops, that was 3, not 2. See, these are all scattered. And some of them, I had one color that the drills were kind of like stuck together. One color. And I just, you know, kind of like beat the bag on my desk. And that broke them up enough to where it was, where I could get to them easy enough. But, and I haven't had that issue in a long time with any kind of a painting. Okay. Uh-oh, we're down to one more color after this. She's almost done. Oh, I'm so excited. Then I get to get this video edited and get it up for you so you can see it. Look, we're down to the last color. You can see her face. Look, her nose. You can see her nose. Needs drills. Okay. That is number 21. This is the best feeling when you get to this last little bit and you get to reveal. I like working with the light pad because it's like an extra reveal, because, you know, you can't really see all that much, or you can't see very well, I should say, with the light underneath it. So it kind of disguises how pretty it looks. Disguises some of the detail. That gives you that extra reveal. That's what I'm trying to say. You get that extra reveal. I kind of want to turn the light off now. Should I turn the light off? Because I really don't need it at this point. Yeah. We'll leave it on until the end. Make you wait. I really like these thin multi-placers that Jill sent me. They, I find myself using this 4-placer more. I didn't think they would be any different. It's like, you know, it's a drill placer. Drill placer is a drill placer. But it really is, I don't know if it's just because it's a 4-placer, but I'm definitely using it more than the other ones. Even for just putting down one. Because before I would hold 2 pins in my hand and go back and forth and flip them. And if I have a section like this where I've got a good mix of single and multiple, this works just as well, if not better, actually. I don't know, maybe it's just because it's the squares. Because sometimes I have trouble with the drill, the single drill placer, picking up the squares. And that didn't work. It really bugs me when my tray's all messy like this, but these drills are not being cooperative. As you can see, they are not sticking. I just put new wax in the pin, so it should be good. Quit dropping. Just refresh it a little bit. Look, 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 look. Oh, so cool. All right, drills, you need to cooperate because I need you. They did not listen very well. Look at that mess. Oy. Whoops, I just threw a drill on the floor. Oh well. The vacuum cleaner will get it. I got in the bathtub to soak my back the other night after I was working on her. Because when I sit here like this, the center of my back just burns like crazy. So I was laying, thankfully I have a beautiful big jacuzzi tub. So I was laying there soaking in the hot water with Epsom salt. And all of a sudden out of the corner of my eye, I see something like floating in the water. And I'm like, what the heck? I thought it was like a bug or something. It was a drill. I had a drill stuck to my body somewhere. And when I got in the bathtub, it came off in the water. So it floated around the bathtub while I was soaking. I was laughing. It was funny. That's a first. And then last week or the week before, I was in bed and just laying there watching videos, and Emily comes in to tell me goodnight after I had told her to get in bed like an hour earlier. And she's like, what is on your arm? I was like, I don't know, what is it? I had a drill stuck to my arm. I didn't even know it. They follow us everywhere. It's so funny. It makes me laugh. Turn. Crooked little dude. Okay. OMG. Last one. Ha! She's done. All right, let's get these put away.
this stuff put away. Making you wait, making you wait. Her nose still looks, she's got highlight on her nose. It looks funny through the light. Okay, let's move. Oh, here we go. Here, look at this. These are all the leftovers. Look how many there are in there. That's a lot. That is a lot of extra drills. And it's funny because there was like one of the colors, I can't remember which one it was now, but I was actually getting nervous here. This one. I was actually getting nervous. Isn't that funny? Because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to run out. Because this was one of the like really full bags. And that's how many I have left over of that. And then we still have more. Have these. And those. So that is a ton of leftover drills. Oh, what was I thinking? I said I was going to cut off the key. I'm such a doofball, I tell you. Okay, so let's get the light pad out from under here so we can see her in all her glory. As I spill my tea. Ooh, there's a loose drills. Oh, those are from something else. That's funny. There's a rhinestone. All right. Feels pretty good. Let me give her a good squishing. This section that I just did. I've been, ooh. Did I lose a drill or is it a loose one? I've been doing this as I finish each section, just pushing down. Because I don't always push it really hard with the pen. Especially since I have broken more than one tip pushing too hard. So, yeah. All right, I just found another loose drill. Okay, put that away. Sorry for my arm. Let's get, ooh. Get my pins out of the way. All right, let's take this down. And we will peruse and look at her gorgeous. Isn't she beautiful? So beautiful. All the sparkle. And the shine. Look at her face. I love her. Love her, love her. So pretty. There's her little kitty friend. You can see her sitting on the moon. I'm very, very happy. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.